Okay, welcome back everybody to another episode of my Brandenburg Let's Play. So we're at peace here, as I just wrapped up that war, and I counted up the provinces that we can add to the empire, and it looks like we can just reach 50. I think these provinces are inside Europe, and these could be added, but not while they're Muslim. However, I still think we can just about get to 50 here. So let's do that while we're at peace. Because the sooner we pass the next reform, we get 25% increased imperial authority, which is a lot. And that's going to help us rush along to the final reform in what we're trying to achieve. We're not even going to pass the last one. Of course, we are integrating Novgorod, and it's probably going to be we're going to be waiting on that regardless, I would suggest. But let's go ahead and do this while we can. Up to 46. So I think this will be 50 here. Very nice. And we're getting the votes barely getting the votes. A lot of that's got to do with our overextension, I'm sure. Although that doesn't make me feel very comfortable. We should be getting the votes, eh? Like big time. I'll throw my spare diplomats, we've got plenty of them, down in random kind of, there's not that many nations. Let's try to get them all topped up and happy with us if we can. And the other thing I was thinking is England has a German heir. Now there is a chance when he comes of age that he doesn't have a valid heir, you know? So if we have broken our alliance with England and our truce is up, we could claim his throne and go to war against him over basically fully annexing his country. So I am, while we're at peace, going to switch out his... Okay, we got a queen, that's good. If we get an heir, we don't have to worry about Regency Council. I'm going to switch out his Diplo slot, essentially, to Castile. I've been looking around, and I think Castile we can manage. We are allied to 2 of his. It'll be tough. It'll be tough. We could, worst case scenario, I could switch him out for Portugal or Aragon instead. But yeah, either way, I don't want to be allied to England if possible. He shouldn't be a valid rival for us, so we don't have to worry about him rivaling us. I might improve relations with him so that he doesn't become a hater. Let's have a look here. It'll be hard. I know we can go to royal marriage is the thing. And Castile doesn't have that much incentive to turn friendly. Shoot. Alright. We might have to essentially weaken our diplomacy by just allying like Aragon or Portugal or something like that. That's a shame. I think we kind of survived the worst of it though, you know? What's Hungary's diplomacy like? Let's just try and protect Hungary from the Ottomans again. Let's do that. I would hate to see the Ottomans go in against him again. So I'll just ally him up. I've been thinking about this, guys. I might try to, when we attack the Ottomans, I might try to expand across here. And then not take this region. And if we're lucky, it might defect back to Hungary in the future if we cut them off from it. So that's a way that the Ottomans can lose territory without actually us having to deal with it through warfare. But now that's been done, let's go back to war, boys. Back to war we go. From the Pope, I can take yearly prestige. Getting tons of prestige anyways. And fairly soon we're going to start obtaining holy cities, I would say. What are the holy cities as Catholic? Mecca and Jerusalem. That's it. Yep. Just Mecca and Jerusalem. Yep, let's go back to war. Nothing else we're waiting on. Integrating Novo as fast as we can. So a lot of you are probably wondering why, I should have mentioned this last episode, why did I take this trash idea, yearly prestige, instead of stating more territory? And basically, guys, it's not going to be too long here at all. It's not going to be too long before we gain this. And I'm actually saving my states. You guys might disagree with this. We've got plenty of states to use. Let's have a look here. Yeah, we got like, what, 23? No, not quite that many. I don't know. That's your total, right? And we got 17 out of 40, so I think 23. But I plan to actually dump them all into the Empire, literally. I'm going to be stating all this up. As soon as we are the Emperor, 10 years later, I'm going to be integrating these provinces one by one. We got tons of Diplo rep, and that's before we take this Diplo rep plus 2. Yeah, and I'm going to be putting them all into the Empire. There's a lot of these smaller nations, you know, they've got tons of development. That's my plan. So, I hope you guys don't disagree with that, because it's a bit of an investment. We're certainly much weaker than we could be. I mean, I might think about stating something up, especially once we integrate Novgorod. I might state up like something that's not going to cost us any admin, for sure. I might do that. But yeah, that's my thought process. A lot of people have been talking about how many forts I have as well. I think some forts around here might be unnecessary, like in the grasslands. For the longest time, it's been so open-ended out here that I felt like we did actually want the forts, quite frankly. But at this stage, especially forts and grasslands are just garbage. I mean, they're doing a good job blocking nations from coming through. But at the same time, I mean, what I've been thinking about is the Ottomans, guys. I'll delete that fort, but this actually blocks nations from coming through. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait with the fortage until we've dealt with the Ottomans again, and then I will review the situation. I think we're doing okay in terms of our economy. Like, it's obviously really bad shape, but once we hit that vassalage, the Empire, we're gonna just be making tons of money. Yeah, we're now always the Emperor. That's good, we don't have to worry about that. No more checking those. Electors. So how many... he's got quite some units, Tab does. I think they're out here, yes they are. Damn, fort level 5. I'm going to declare on this guy at the same time here. But I want to get right up in his grill before we do it. I'll tick up for -10 on military. I'm happy to do that. I'm not happy to do that though. That will push our influence over. I would make my general, my emperor the general if we had an heir. I'll just go generalless for now. Here we go. Fighting generalless, what a champion. He's a total champion, mate. The fabled truce with Lithuania is up. Oh boy, this is going to be another satisfying war to fully annex those two. Been waiting to do that for a long time, but we have to have some patience here. Well, maybe we don't have to have some patience. Sweden could just come along. I think, actually, I would feel really sad if he made some more diplomacy out of the blue. Let's just declare that so that it's done. I don't have to worry about it. 40% integrated Novgorod. Now, Iraq's sitting on the capital that we would like, but it's not the end of the world. We can just deal with Iraq in the future. How large is he overall? He is over 100, so it's going to take 2 wars regardless. Not too worried if he takes a cheeky province there. I do want to keep improving relations with randos so that they're as happy as possible. Saxony and Bohemia really hate us, man, even though, like, I've done everything I can, really, with Bohemia. I think we could influence nation, or we can proclaim guarantee. Let's do that. Maybe trust affects relations? I don't think it does it? I don't think trust affects relations. I wonder if trust affects the votes. Maybe it does, I don't know. Like how much he favors us. Not sure. The other thing I was thinking about, guys, as far as we can add Georgia to the empire as an Orthodox province, and it is in Europe, but it just occurred to me that it's not neighboring any empire nations, and I think these provinces, at least this one, I think is outside of Europe. I think Dagestan might be inside Europe. And yeah, that's exactly it. This is Europe and that's not, which means we can't add that to the empire unless I joined it up this way. So there we go. Now I do have to worry about my overextension when we peace out. Got to be aware of that, but we are coring up all of these slowly as we go. We're ahead of Georgia in tech. I don't really want to charge in with that stack though. We don't have enough infantry anyways. Why don't we just walk up to deal with Poland while we wait? Separate peace him with the full annexation. Okay, I want to improve relations with another member of the empire. Got to get all those votes. Of course, the one province miners, even the one province miners of a different religion, are pretty likely to vote for us, I would say, if we improve their relations above 0. It's really like Bohemia and Saxony that I want their votes big time, or else we'll have to fight them instead. Austria, that's one of the reasons Austria is, in my opinion, by far the best emperor, is because, not only obviously that they start as the empire, which is hugely significant, but they have the +2 admin to their national ideas, and they also get a unique event where they can get 1 permanent admin. What am I saying? Admin? I mean Diplo rep. That's what I mean. They start with additional Diplo rep. They can actually get 3 Diplo rep from being Austria, which is huge. It's just huge. And it means that nations that would otherwise not choose to be your vassal will choose your vassal. There's only so much you can do to influence their relations, and Austria can do more. Yes, he can. Are you serious, Lorraine? Why would you go Protestant now? How are you going to do this to me, bruh? I think a one province minor like that will just let him be a heretic. Because it's too costly with like relations with Bohemia at this stage. So it's just a matter of time here until Tab gives up, unless we can catch his troops out. And then he'll give up like immediately. This guy should be done. Nice. Take his cash before his enemies can. Sucker. And I think this is a good time to go in against Georgia. Now that my stack's freed up. Nice. Lithuania's done. That was really quick. Good job, allies. He's got some cash on him as well. Excellent. Might have to catch these troops out before we peace out here. The Timurids are doing something. Ooh, the Ottomans are doing something. That's what's up. Damn you, Ottomans. Of course, we don't have a truce with them, which means we could attack them. Oh, of course he's got a 6 in military, dude. Look at his ruler. It makes me sick. That makes me sick. I want to vomit. How disgusting. Unbelievable. Oh, I almost clicked okay there. Wait. Are we overextended? This is overextension here. 39%, I bet we would be. Yep, we would be. So I'm going to wait on that a little bit. Okay, that's Poland done. We're going to be okay to piece this guy out. The main bulk of our overextension is from Iraq, which is close to coring up. So Lithuania's done, but same deal. I bet we'll be overextended. Oh man, that's really satisfying though, taking these big chunks of land. Not big chunks, excuse me. Chunks that are making our empire ugly. 23.2. Still too much. Alright, but I will fight this war while we wait. While Iraq doesn't want to back him up because he's too involved. Iraq's just too involved, mate. Stickety stack wipe in the dry lands. Oh, I thought there was mountains there. So I noticed also, guys, during the break when I was looking around, I think the Center of Reformation disappeared. If I had to guess, it disappeared. But so that therefore the modifier disappeared. But Sweden managed to convert Stockholm, which has now eliminated the Center of Faith there. So that's pretty cool for us. That's one less. In fact, there's only the one here in Denmark, which is converting provinces slowly. And the reformed ones are pretty much leaving us alone at the moment, which is pretty good. So it's only the one cheeky province at a time which is being slowly converted to Protestant. Yeah, so that's a good legitimacy is fairly low, actually. Maybe we get so much papal influence, it might be worth taking yearly legitimacy there. That's a good 5 provinces we can add to the empire as soon as they're done coring. These have the negative modifier. That's annoying. Can't convert those for, well, ever until this disappears in 12 years' time. That's a shame. Shoot. At least we can use our 5 missionaries down here, but these are really Asian provinces for sure. They cannot be added to the empire. Those ones can, of course, they just need to be cored. And we're making pretty good. The damn heretics, dude. So many heretics, it's just crazy. That's what? 20, so times 5. In 5 months we're making 1. So we're making more than 2 a year, Imperial Authority. That's without adding. But of course I keep repeating myself, as soon as we add Novgorod, he's got probably about 50 provinces by the looks of things. Maybe not quite, but pretty close to 50. We might end up going up to near 100 Imperial Authority just to be able to acquire everybody's vote. And it looks like we're going to be okay to fully annex tab as well on our overextension. Alright. Looking good. Looking good. the blobbing. The Asian-oriented blobbage begins. I've been thinking if we need to attack England. Yay, England did in fact take 3 provinces from Denmark. Good job, mate. If we do want to attack him directly, we're going to need some navy, guys. And we do certainly want to attack him directly. It's just a matter of whether he has an heir or not. You know what I'm saying? I think let's keep him friendly so that he's keen to just royal marriage us at any time. So I'll do relations with him. It's a bit of priority there. Overextensions at 85. We should be okay to take that. Barely. Oh man, Georgia has some cash saved up for us. Excellent. Thanks, mate. Oh, no! What? I thought we were like 2 under. Oh man, we're overextended. Alright, I blame you guys. Why did you do this? I could have sworn we were like 2 under. Oh man, that's bad. We're just over 100. That's so annoying. Gosh darn it. And we're not close to calling up any individual province, so we're officially overextended for the first time. Alright guys, you're fired. You're fired. I'm going to hire some superior advisors. This is all your fault. This is defensive in the mountains, so that should be really easy. Tab gets wrecked. Alright. We've got a ton of, well, not a ton, but we've got some decent manpower. I'm gonna, considering we have a small surplus, I'm gonna at least make sure our composition's a bit better before we fight some of the better wars by getting some infantry. I think that's priority with our money. I don't want to be fighting any war of any kind of significance without, infantry in our composition. So we've got a lot of options. I think I'll go into Kazan. That will break his alliance with Oriet, and we'll separate peace Circassia at the same time. And that's what we'll do next. Hopefully at that stage, the Timurids will not back up Nogai, so we'll do Nogai after that. And then we can attack the Timurids directly. And Nogai will probably not back them up. So we're going to kind of take a big chunk here, here, and then here. Those are our next moves. But this province also, we can convert that up and add that to the empire, no problem. We just got -1 unrest. Yeah, these are bigger now. They're larger rebel stacks as we overextended too much. Again, I blame you guys. I'm really pro at this game and would never make such a mistake. But you know, you guys let me down there. Could pay off a loan. Gonna debase my currency, but let's get rid of some of this inflation and this interest from that loan. Inflation is creeping up even though we've got this jammed the whole time. Haven't had an inflation reduction advisor available in a long time. What's Persia's tech? 17? I think these guys still have 17 tech. Because the unrest was there from the lack of core. Verse 19 in our ideas, we should just brutalize them. But I'm waiting for my infantry here before we engage. Especially if we take defensive on the hills, we'll just brutalize those troops. Most are against voting for us, but that's obviously the overextension talking. I'm going to wait to take up our admin for cheaper than that. We got plenty of things to do with our admin. Holy crap. 28, 28. Still hoping for an ear. Okay, the Counter-Reformation will be removed from Brandenburg. So that means rip missionaries, I think, right? And they're in the midst of converting. That's awkward. I think our missionaries will disappear next month, but I'm not 100% sure. Power projection's been under 50 for a little while here. It's irritating. It's still sad that we just got negative interest per annum. That's actually a nice little cheeky event for us. Still sad that we even got Old Spark as a personal union at all. We don't need him. Alright, this fort is in the mountains. That one's not. Let's go in here. Defensive in the mountains. We're outnumbered big time. Same there. Okay. Should win this, but it's going to come at a cost of manpower and so on. Ooh. $200 ducats for a lot of base tax. Heck yes. Ooh, baby. I think some, if not all of that is stated up as well. Yeah. They're all stated up. Great. Very nice. These rebels are in no way actually interfering with our coring progress, which is good. Yeah, 2 of our missionaries did disappear. Feels bad, man. We're being, getting closer and closer to being out of our overextension. Purges, whoa, that's a big stack, man. Sucks to be overextended. It is in mountains, though. We got to consolidate everything and run in there. Persia's walking off into the Timurids, which is kind of a good thing, if anything. Suckers. So we can attack Persia as well. Oh, gosh, these guys are progressing here. I might just charge in over there. Don't want them to progress like that. Be wasting my time. They might get it there, the cheeky guys. Trying to consolidate everything and attack these mountain provinces before they conquer them. The bastards. Rip manpower. But that's alright. That's what our manpower's for. Yep, we're already up to 10 Imperial Authority. Oh no, there's war inside the Empire. Oh, snap. It's over Aragon here. Aragon's defending himself against Castile. Damn, that war's going to be ongoing for a long time. Oh no, I've got a bad feeling that the Empire's going to lose land here to France. I could consider attacking France. If Castile doesn't back them up, guys, I might for sure consider attacking France next. I'm not sure we've got a good CB against him. Why don't we start fabricating? Let's have a look. No, we don't have a good CB. Yeah, his Bohemia will help us, that's good. Venice and Castile are involved in these wars. They're the only significant nations. Maybe they won't back him up and we can attack him, and that will kind of save the Empire from losing some land here. But any land that I take, I mean, we've got a lot of options, like returning core to Brandenburg. We could just take land for ourselves, add it to the Empire, no big deal. But I might take the opportunity to do that. France is really strong, of course, so we would have to gear up a little bit. I was hoping for the to already have the vassal swarm. Okay, we're under 100. Alright, we got an heir. He's terrible again. Typical. But we got an heir, that's good. I might make our ruler a dude. Yeah, our queen's pretty good. Why not? Let's do it. If we lose the stability, that's what the Pope's for. He's not the worst either. 22222. Not the worst. Very nice. Okay, so we're pretty good on our rebel situation. Obviously, we're going to brutalize these guys unless they take the fort. Even if they do, or we lucked out there. Well, 35%. No. Bohemia, what's going on, guy? Shoot. Bohemia doesn't want to be our friend. I'm going to see if we can influence him. Can't do that. Ah, come on, man. Could bestow Imperial Grace. I might do that. I might bestow Imperial Grace, guys. I think we're going to be okay on Imperial Authority, but I don't want to lose him as an ally, for sure. I don't. So we just gave him 40 relations at the cost of 1 Imperial Authority. I think that was the right move there. The other thing I could have done is add our... Oh shoot, this guy's going to take it here before we arrive. Let's just hold out. Nope, we did luck out there. That's nice. I could have turned my favors into trust with him, but I actually want to call him in if we do go against France, so I think the 1 Imperial Authority there is the better move. So I'm going to try to stabilize my country a little bit, and then see how we feel about attacking France. And we are stabilizing, obviously, as we deal with these rebel swarms and our overextension disappears. Whoa, that's a gigantic stack they're fighting as well. France is getting a little bit pwned. That feels good. So he's still 1 ahead of us in tech. Man, we'd be doing good in tech if we had a decent general, a decent ruler for once in my life. We've just had terrible rulers back to back to back. Oh, Great Britain on the map. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, so I think that's it for this episode, guys. I think, like I said, we have the opportunities to just ignore this. And I'll tell you what, if France is getting wrecked, I'm going to be way more inclined to just ignore this. My concern is that this alliance separate pieces Austria by taking out Burgundy. That's my concern. But if he's getting wrecked, I'm happy to just sit back and watch that go down. And we're probably just going to go big expansion into Kazan, big expansion into Nogai, big expansion into Timurids. And that, if we expand down here, that's going to open up some more opportunities as well, like Hormuz or Persia. So that's what's coming up. Getting that much closer at this moment because of this war. We're gaining hardly any imperial authority. But obviously we're going to have a ton to add. We can add a fair amount once we finish coring and dealing with the rebels, but we're going to have even more to add once we add Novgorod to the realm. They're getting closer and closer and closer. Hope you guys have been enjoying. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.